All right, welcome to your video lesson on order of operations PEMDAS. You have a notes template that you should be following along with. If you don't have it, you can use paper. But you should take them because it's good to hear, see, write, and do when you're learning. You have your learning objective, your learning target here. The goal is that you can evaluate algebraic expressions, a lot of vocab there, using order of operations. So we'll break that down a little bit. But just a quick little preview. Remember that you can pause whenever you feel necessary, and I'll cue you a little bit. So remembering that order of operations is the order in which that you should perform operations in an algebraic expression, a number sentence, essentially. Certain orders that you come out with the right response. The P stands for parentheses, hope I spell that right, or it sometimes is also known as grouping. So it's not always a parentheses that looks like this. Sometimes it could be in bracket form, or even like this. So I like to consider this my groupings. Some people like to call this GEMDAS. After you do things within a parentheses, next can come your exponents. And exponents tell you how many times to multiply a base by itself. So you have a base and an exponent. It might look like 2 to the third power. And what that means is that's 2 times 2 times 2, which is equal to 8. So that's what you would do next. Multiplication and division can go in the order of left to right. So it's not always multiplication first. If division is furthermore left, then you would do that first. But multiplication can be written with a dot. It could be written with numbers right next to each other in parentheses. We don't necessarily use the X very much anymore, so it's going to more look like that. Division could be a number over another number, or it might be a number with the division symbol. Occasionally you might even see kind of that backslash like that. But again, that is left to right in that order. Addition and subtraction follow that same rule, left to right. So whatever's further left, we read left to right. That would be what you do first, and you know obviously the symbols for adding and subtracting. So what we'll do is we will try some, and if you want, this would be a great place for you to pause, see if you understand the order, or pause if you want to try on your own and come back and check. That's a great strategy also. So I'm going to start here. I see what I like to do is I like to make myself a checklist on the side and kind of cross them off as I go to see if I'm doing them correctly. So if I have 2 plus 3 times 2, some people might go left to right right away, but remember that's not the case. No parentheses, no exponents. Multiplication and division, there is multiplication, so that's my first step. Really important that you work down and show your work. So I bring my 2 straight down, bring my plus, I multiply here, 3 times 2 is 6, so I did that. I did my multiplication division. Next, addition, subtraction, I only have one of them. I'm adding 2 plus 6, which is 8. So if you don't do this in the right order, what this is not is someone might do add first and get a 5 times 2 and get a 10. Well, those are not the same. This is not the right way to do it. So following that order really does matter. Again, you can pause or keep on going. So here I have my list of PEMDAS, order of operations. There are no parentheses in this. There are no exponents. There is no multiplication or division. There is addition and subtraction. Addition does not come first when they're both there. We go left to right. So I'm going to work left to right. 4 minus 3 is 1. Rewrite with the plus 4. It's nice and neat. 1 plus 4 is 5. You'll notice I make a nice organized funnel there. What this is not is 4 minus 3 plus 4. It is not 4 minus 7 for negative 3. So we can get different answers. That's not the case because we go in order left to right. All right, those two were pretty basic. These ones have a little bit more to it. So again, you can try on your own and come back, or you can do it with me, or you could watch me do it and just really engage if you can't do two things at once, and then write it down afterwards. So that's really your learning style. This one's a little bit harder to keep neat. But what I'm going to do is when I have this fraction, which I know is division,
The following students to
this division, I know that actually that's there, which kind of puts a invisible bracket around everything up top has to be done first because all of it is being divided by 7. So what I notice is that I have a parentheses in my Pemdas, so that would be done first. So I might make my list over here. I'm going to do my parentheses first. So then I rewrite everything else. 5 times 3 plus, I'm going to do the parentheses and leave them there because I know that I did that. 4 divided by 2 is 2. And then rewrite the rest. It doesn't take you that long, not where you want to skip steps here. So I did parentheses. There are no exponents. There is multiplication and division, but the division, remember, is last because everything on top is in brackets. So we're still kind of in this parentheses right here. It's a little different. So next I'm going to do this multiplication that's taking place up there. So I'm going to rewrite again. That's 5 times 3 is 15. Pen tool. Plus my 2. I can take it out of parentheses now because nothing's happening in there. Divided by 7. So remember, this is all still grouped together. I can't do the dividing by 7 until it's all done. So I kind of have to come back. I'm in addition and subtraction, left to right. So I'm going to do 15 plus 2. So there we have 17 plus 2. Oh, sorry, just kidding. See, we all mess up. But that's why writing it down is helpful. So I noticed I was using that 2 twice. I added it and then kept it. No, 15 and 2 is just 17, then rewriting the minus 3 divided by 7. So from there then, again, I know this is division, but we can't divide till we know what this top grouping still is. So then we get 14 divided by 7, which of course is 2. So, you wonderful human beings, what we're going to do is write down any questions. Oh, there's one more to do here. Just kidding. One more. We're going to try this. Again, feel free to try it on your own if you'd like. I think it's helpful to do a checklist, and I'm going to go from there. There is parentheses, so I'm going to start here, and then within it, there's multiple things. So I'm going to kind of do PEMDAS within PEMDAS. So I'm going to do this divided by 2 first. So I have 9 plus 7 times, I'm going to change that to a dot, 7 minus, this is what I did first. 8 divided by 2 is 4, and then all of that is squared. So I did parentheses, but I'm still in my parentheses, so it might be multiple steps. So now I am doing 7 minus 4, so I have 9 plus 7 times, so I can leave the dot, or just go like this, next to each other, right? 3 squared. So I'm done with my PEMDAS. There is still a parentheses, but there's nothing in it but one number. So now I'm moving on to my exponents. So I have 9 plus 7 times exponents first. So I'm not doing 7 times 3. This means 3 times 3, not 3 times 2. So that's 9. So I did exponents. Multiplication and division. I have multiplication. So I rewrite the 9 plus 7 times 9 is 63. Last step, add them together. We have 72. So it takes some practice, but you can do it. Write down any questions you have, and let's get after it.